Sleeping with the sun is a simple way to look at managing your sleep-wake cycles. So as the sun goes down, you want to relax, you want to get ready to regenerate and recover, and you don't want to overstimulate the body. You want to make sure you finish eating around 3 hours before you go to sleep, so that way you can get into a nice deep sleep. And you don't want to look at screens too much, you don't want to do anything too stressful. You want to make sure that you're calming your mind, so that way you can really get off to an easy deep sleep. I use magnesium most days. I'll have 2 scoops that equals around, it's magnesium powder, glycinate. It's around 600 milligrams, and I find that helps me relax, helps with my muscle recovery and just feeling good in my body. So that's a simple thing that you can do. I also try to minimize screen exposure, but it's not very practical in our world now because I've always got work that I need to get done. So I always use the night shift on the computer, on the laptop and on my phone, so that way I'm not getting that blaring blue light. Using blue light blocking glasses is also a really good way to calm down, and I just don't turn on any bright lights. I try and really minimize my exposure to bright lights, and I find that works pretty well. Most of us have around 90-minute sleep cycles, so you want to get approximately 5 of those every night. And traditionally we were more polyphasic sleepers, so we would get up in the middle of the night, get things done, and then go back to sleep. And that's kind of not done so much now. Everyone thinks we have to be monophasic. I do get up most nights around kind of 2 or 3 and go to the bathroom and then go straight back to sleep, but I'm not really getting up to do things. So I'm not sure how valid that is, but personally for me, I find that my rhythm works pretty well. I usually sleep for a solid 5 hours at the beginning, and then I'll sleep for another 2 to 3 hours after that, after I've gone to the bathroom and I go back to sleep. I never really have problems going back to sleep. Sometimes I'll feel a bit anxious, or my mind is processing things and I don't go off to a good sleep straight away. But usually if I just do some breathing meditation and just focus on the breath and relax, I'll go off to sleep. Now, if you have a regular rhythm, that's a lot easier. If you're changing your sleep-wake cycles all the time, that's a lot harder. So it is important to try and figure out what your body needs and how it functions best, and stick to that rhythm 7 days a week. I find that if you're changing on the weekends, it gets a little bit harder, and that includes sleeping in extra time. So I usually sleep in probably 30 minutes, sometimes an hour, but I'm kind of half awake. I'll have that same waking time, but I'll just kind of breathe, meditate, think about my goals, gratitude, all of that on the weekends, because I get an extra hour or so. But you don't want to shift it so much that you feel that getting up on Monday morning is a tough one. So keeping that regular rhythm is really important. Now, you go through the different phases in each sleep cycle. So you'll have that non-rapid eye movement, and then you go into that really deep sleep, different brain waves, delta brain waves, and you'll go into that rapid eye movement phase. Now, you can measure that with different apps. You can get an Oura Ring, you can use Sleep Cycle, which approximates it, but it's pretty effective for just figuring out whether you are getting adequate deep sleep. So it is something that you could do to improve it, but ultimately just getting that nice rhythm every day is really important. So get into it.